A new world order is emerging. Part Vladimir Putin by pledging to shape a new world order.
China is now the new international global minister of peace in the new Chinese world order. It is now the Chinese world
Xi
order.
Jinping is winning.
If he's winning, is this a fail for US diplomacy?
A new world order is on the horizon, and it's being shaped by the unlikely alliance between China and Russia. In the latest breaking news, Putin and Xi have framed this new partnership as a response to US dominance in the world order. But what does this mean for the rest of us? Hey everyone, I want to dive deeper into this breaking news story about China and Russia's new era of partnership. This is a major development that could have far-reaching implications for the entire world. First, let's start with some background. China and Russia have been building a closer relationship over the past few years. They've signed major energy deals and have increased their military cooperation. But this latest announcement takes things to a whole new level. According to the diplomat, Putin and Xi have framed this new partnership as a response to US dominance in the world order. They see themselves as counterweights to the US, promoting stability and prosperity in the region. But why now? Well, there are a few factors at play. First, the US-China relationship has been deteriorating over the past few years. The trade war, the COVID-19 pandemic, and human rights issues in China have all strained relations between the two countries. Second, Russia has been feeling increasingly isolated on the world stage. They've been hit hard by Western sanctions since the annexation of Crimea in 2014. Putin sees China as a valuable ally to help him push back against Western pressure. So, what does this new partnership mean for the rest of the world? Well, there are a few potential implications. First, it could mean a shift in the balance of power. The US has been the dominant superpower for decades, but this new alliance could challenge that. If China and Russia can work together effectively, they could start to reshape the global order. Second, it could lead to a more authoritarian world order. Both China and Russia have been criticized for their human rights records, and this new partnership could give them more influence to push their agenda on the world stage. Third, it could lead to increased tensions with the US. As CNN reports, China and Russia are already working together to push back against US interests. This could lead to a new Cold War-style standoff between the US and the China-Russia alliance. So, what does all of this mean for the average person? Well, it's hard to say for sure. But it's worth keeping an eye on this story as it develops. The global balance of power is shifting, and it could have far-reaching implications for everything from trade to international relations. Some experts have also speculated that this new partnership could lead to a greater emphasis on the importance of regional trade agreements. As countries begin to fear the destabilizing effects of global trade wars and tariffs, they may look to regional partnerships as a way to strengthen their economies. Of course, it's important to note that this is all speculation at this point. We don't know exactly how this new partnership will play out or what the long-term implications will be. But it's worth keeping a close eye on this story as it develops. So, what can we expect in the coming months and years? Well, there are a few potential developments to keep an eye on. First, we may see China and Russia increase their military cooperation. This could include joint exercises, sharing of military technology, and joint development of new weapons systems. Second, we may see increased trade between the two countries. This could include new energy deals, increased agricultural exports, and increased investment in infrastructure projects. Finally, we may see China and Russia work together to push their agenda on the world stage. This could include increased support for authoritarian regimes, more aggressive diplomacy, and a greater emphasis on regional trade agreements. Of course, there are many potential pitfalls to this new partnership. It's possible that China and Russia may not be able to work together effectively or that their interests may diverge over time. But for now, it's worth keeping a close eye on this story as it develops. In conclusion, this new era of partnership between China and Russia has the potential to reshape the global order. It could lead to a shift in the balance of power, a more authoritarian world order, and increased tensions with the US. But it could also lead to increased trade, greater regional cooperation, and a new emphasis on the importance of regional partnerships. As always, it's important to stay informed and to keep an open mind. The world is constantly changing, and it's up to us to stay up to date on the latest developments. So be sure to keep an eye on this story as it develops, and we'll be sure to keep you updated here on Top Trends Online. Thanks for watching.